Good afternoon, Alicia, and our viewers at home. Yes, the minister, that engagement of the minister with stakeholders is still well underway here in Stilfontein in the Northwest Province. And as we have stepped out of the venue, some of the stakeholders that were making their voices heard included your COSATU in the province, represented by its secretary, Kopano Kunupi. And there are also other organizations like Sanko Moral Regeneration who are taking turns and making their statements about the whole retrieval operation or the illegal mining activities in this area of Stilfontein in the Northwest Province. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu gave us some more information about illegal miners who are resurfacing in this area of Stilfontein. As you'll remember that there are 3 shafts that we are focusing on. Is Margaret Shaft, Shaft 10 and 11. And just to remind our viewers at home that Margaret Shaft is still operational. So the minister is saying since Operation Valomgodi started last year, more than 2,900 illegal miners have resurfaced here in Stilfontein. And in the past 3 months, which is between August and this month, more than 1,300 illegal miners have resurfaced. But what is currently happening inside here, where the engagement is ongoing, the minister was also talking about the other methods to retrieve those illegal miners. And one of the organizations that was represented there is Lawyers for Human Rights, represented by Mametlo Sibey, who threatened to approach the court, saying that illegal miners have not been given food over the past few days, and also talking about the conduct of government. And we have also heard for the first time the minister also weighing in on that court application that was brought by one of the human rights organizations, which was dismissed, talking about saying that the police have done nothing wrong. They've been doing what is provided for in the Constitution, their work as prescribed in the Constitution to maintain law and order, and also ensure that there is no lawlessness around this area as far as illicit mining is concerned.
And Thabiso, in terms of the miners, now I'm talking about the illegal miners that were actually aged under 18, that we've been getting reports of them actually resurfacing during the entire course of this week. Talk to us about them. What are the numbers looking like, and what is the minister saying in terms of what they will actually be charged with, and whether or not they will be retained in prison or not?
As far as miners who have resurfaced since over the past few days, they are 13. That's the confirmation that we got from the SABC here in the Northwest Province. But what we were told by the SABC in the province is that those illegal, those miners, children who are under 18, who resurfaced from underground, they will be deported to their countries. And also the minister talking about many foreign nationals who are illegal in South Africa who have resurfaced over the past few months. Say many of them are from countries such as Zimbabwe as well as Mozambique, saying hundreds of them are from those countries, even though there are foreign nationals from countries such as Lesotho and Malawi.
Now, Thabiso, previously, as we've been covering this story, there were requests that, of course, officials from the DMRE should also come. In fact, this was from the community itself, saying they would like to engage directly with the officials from the DMRE. Have they arrived? Are they taking part in this current meeting with the minister, as well as those human rights bodies that you mentioned earlier, including the Council of Churches South Africa?
Yes, indeed, Alicia, officials from the Department of Mineral Resources are also here, but they haven't taken to the podium. What was said by the police minister with regard to artisanal mining, he said the DMRE is ready to assist the people of community members of Stilfontein as far as artisanal mining is concerned, so that they should do away or deal with decisively with the issue of illegal mining. So what I can tell you is that officials from the Department of Mineral Resources are here, and also the minister announcing that there are also officials from the Department of Justice who are also part of this meeting. And there are many other stakeholders, Alicia, not talking only about the representations from government. There are stakeholders such as South African Council of Churches, Moral Regeneration in the Northwest, and also organizations such as SABC, COSATU, and Sanko, who have earlier on took turns just to give their statement documents as the MEC for Community Safety in the province, Wessels Mogoeng, is sharing those proceedings or the engagement while the minister is responding to some of the concerns that are raised. Community members raising concerns about the issue of police and the government as far as the retrieval operation or process is concerned, saying the government should have allowed them to continue with the operation, which has managed to retrieve about 12 illegal miners, one of them being dead. So they are very worried, or they have, spoke about their concern that as those illegal miners are still underground, not being retrieved, the situation is very dire because some of them have not been given food over the past few days. So they were saying that government should have let them to continue with their retrieval operation.
And speaking of that retrieval operation, Thabiso, I mean, we understand that I think it was last week, a camera was actually lowered into one of the shafts just to assess miner numbers and their health conditions and so forth. Was there any feedback from the police minister in terms of the data that they actually received from that particular camera?
Not yet, Alicia, not yet, because we are expecting that the minister will give us details with regard to the information that has been gathered by that camera. But maybe he might speak later on, because after this stakeholder engagement, there is also a scheduled media briefing which will be briefed, or the media briefing. The minister will speak to members of the media as well as the public. So we are expecting, maybe we should pose that question to him, that or maybe if he can give us a report with regard to the information that has been collected from underground through usage of that camera. What does the information say? And most importantly, Alicia, when is the retrieval operation led by government? When will it start? Because this Monday, when the MEC for Community Safety in the province, Wessels Mogoeng, spoke to members of the media here in Stilfontein, he said immediately after analyzing that information, they will start with the retrieval operation. So it's one of the main issues that we are expecting to hear from the minister outside this stakeholder engagement, when he now engages us, members of the media, later this afternoon.